What up? This is Jerry Spatch. I'm coming at you with another video. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to know if your business will work. I'm going to take you through the steps on how you can tell if your business model will be profitable, successful, and also do something you can do long term. My professor in college told me, I was an entrepreneurship major. Favorite professor told me, entrepreneurship can be as stable as any other full-time job as long as you follow certain guidelines. I'm going to tell you those guidelines in this video, so let's do it. So the first thing to note to know if your business model will work is, do you have the current team to make it happen, or can you acquire those team members? So this is probably arguably the most important one, because if you get the wrong team, you're just gonna fail. And that can be you, or it can be a bunch of other people. It's just like, do you have every single person you know that can make this successful? That means if you're building an app, so you can handle all the business stuff, but can you handle development of the app? If there are more than one people needed to handle the development, do you have access to that? Can you just do everything? Because there are single person businesses. It's important to be honest about this, and you have the team that's going to take you forward. And it's important to get team members you trust and have the same vision as you. I've seen a lot of startups mess up because of drama between founders. People argue about money. People just do all kind of crazy stuff. So make sure your team is someone who will get you through thick and thin. The most legit individuals you can find, and ones that'll just help you build the startup, and your team has the full knowledge and expertise needed to carry out the business. If you don't have that, you need to figure out where you're gonna get that knowledge and expertise. So number two is the industry. Now, I'm gonna define industry as what works on your company on the business side. The market is what works on the company on the consumer side. The industry is what works with the company on the business side. So that's your suppliers, your competitors, how the things like products similar to yours work, and the people you have to interact with on the business side. There are some industries that are just not good to go into, or are not profitable, or are extremely saturated with different kind of products. Like if you're trying to open, let's say, a chain of 99-cent stores. Now you have to think, all the current dollar stores and 99-cent stores, they have these huge supply chains, their cost of manufacturing are low. Is that really the best industry for you to get into? Now on the other hand, getting into an industry like solar panel installation, it's one of the fastest growing industries right now. People are spending money on it. There's a demand for it, and you can make money doing it. You can just be so profitable doing that. That's a positive industry to go into because you can be successful at it, and it's set up so you can enter it successfully. A negative industry would be 99-cent stores. Low margins, low profit, you have to have an extreme amount of capital. You don't want to do that. Profitable industry, not a non-profitable, competitive, hard to get in industry. You have to be able to get that industry to work for you. Don't try to force it. Really important. The next thing, and this kind of ties into the industry, is your stakeholders. So basically, your stakeholders are the people you have to be able to get on your side or appeal to in order to make the business work. If you're starting any kind of company, stakeholders might be your investors. Like, you need investors in order to get the company capital in order to carry it forward. It really depends on the industry. Like if you're trying to get into like pharmaceuticals, a stakeholder would be the people who have to approve your drug so you can sell it. That is a key stakeholder. Like if you cannot get people who have to approve the drug on your side, you can spend $1 billion making the drug, it's not gonna be successful. Like if you're making a product like a game and the only way you can sell that game is through retail, then like if the retailers, you can't get them on your side, you can't sell your game. You have to make sure every person you need to be able to work with, you can work with them. But having the wrong stakeholders or not having the stakeholders on your side can just shut down your business. Like the government can even be a stakeholder in some cases. Like if a piece of legislation gets passed that bans your product for some reason, then you're just gonna have to go out of business. The next thing is a go-to-market strategy, and I'm going to explain what a go-to-market strategy is. Go-to-market strategy is how you're going to get whatever you build, your product, your service, or your app, to the consumer. Like how are they going to find out about it, and how are they going to get it in their hands? It's like industry is the business side, market is the consumer side, the people buying it. So how are they going to get the product? So you have to be able to decide, how are you going to acquire customers? How are people going to find out about it? This can be Facebook ads, this can be commercials, this could be standing on the side of the road. Does it cost anything to use these methods, and can you get the capital to do that? If you're doing Facebook ads, you can invest a small amount, but make sure you have that investment capital. This also includes testing your product to make sure people actually want it too, and figuring out why it appeals to them. This could just be as simple as asking some people close to you, or random people even better, if they like your product, if they saw a commercial for it, would it work for them? Would this be something people would buy? Can you get your message to the people who would buy it? Once they figure out about it, would they buy it? And once they buy it, would they like it and tell their friends? If you can get those points down, you have a go-to-market strategy, your product will work on the market, and consumers will buy it. So the next thing is resources. So you have to make sure you can build your product and you have everything appropriate to do so. And resources, I'm using really loosely. Resources could be people. Do you have the development team? But it'll also be physical. If your product uses a rare material, do you have that rare material in order to do what you want to do with it? If you're starting a real estate company, do you have money to just buy your first house? That's a key resources. It's things you can't move forward without. If you can make sure you have those resources, you will be set up for success, because now you can build your product, which is of course very important. It's also the skills and expertise. Like if there's one person in the entire country that can build your product and has that knowledge, can you have access to that person? In conclusion, if you have an answer on whether you have the right team, you're in the right industry, you have the right stakeholders on your side, you can have the right go-to-market strategy, and you have the resources to have your business together, your business is going to be successful. Of course, you still got to put in the work, you still got to do all this stuff, but if your business model includes those things, you are set up for success, and it's something that will work and something you can do long term. I'm gonna repeat, entrepreneurship is not this random unstable thing where you don't get any income, or you never know what's gonna happen the next day. Your business will be reasonably successful if you can follow these criteria. And of course, random stuff happens, as with anything. People get laid off from jobs too. But it can be just as stable as any other job once you get ramped up. Never say, oh, I'd rather have a stable thing, because if you do it right, your business should be stable because you've done the research and you've put in the work. So that's me, Jerry Spatch, telling me if your business model is successful. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I drop cool content all the time, and I'm trying to provide for you guys. So yeah, I will see you all in the next video. Push the like button if you feel like it, and I will see you later. Bye.